Okay, so we have a new film hitting Shudder this week. It is called Revealer, right? It is the featured debut from Luke Boyce, and it's written by Tim Seeley and Michael Moreci. Yeah, I think that's right. Who are both known in the comic book world for popular indie books, right? Um, the film is produced by Brett Hayes and Aaron B. Kontz. It is co-produced by Brandon Balschmidt, Anthony E. Cabral, Anthony Cousins, along with David Reisner, Ryan Urban, and Peter West. It is executive produced by Kevin McGrill, Moreci, um, where am I? Seeley. Yeah, so they both executive produced a piece. Kurt Newsom. Jennifer Shelby. Stephanie Steve. David David Weatherall and Laura Weatherall. It is associate produced by Katie Zimmerman, Janet and David Peshkin, and it is line produced by Iman Sharabash. I never really know what the fuck line produced means, but anyway, music is from Alex Curvo. Cinematography is Robert Patrick Stern. Is edited by Boyce. Sarah Sharp handles production design. Nicole Powers, set decoration. Haley Sharp is costume design. Iman Sharabush is production management. And the gist of the piece is this. In Revealer, what started off as a typical Chicago workday in 1987 for Angie Pittarelli, a dancer at the Revealers Bookstore peep show booth, turns magic when her annoying boss is suddenly killed in an uprising outside the store, leaving her trapped in the booth, unable to escape. Soon she learns that hiding out in the booth next to hers is none other than Sally Mewbourne, an overzealous religious protester that seems to get a kick out of regularly harassing Angie. Sally is in a panic, claiming that the rapture has occurred and the apocalypse has begun. With nowhere left to turn, Angie and Sally must separate their differences and come together to fight this unknown evil, navigating the treacherous bootlegger tunnels below the store to survive the unthinkable. Oh, I realize I didn't say who's in the film. So, uh, Caito Aase, she plays Angie Pittarelli. Shaina Schrooten plays Sally Mewbourne. Bishop Stevens plays Ray. Phil Bogadan plays Asmodeus. Buzz Lear plays Wallace, and Sammy DiPagucci plays David, which is just a voice we hear. So yeah, that's in the gist of this piece. Yeah, it's not a bad little film, right? Not a bad little film. I mean, there are theme issues, I would say, but Yeah, it's pretty solid. Like the look and the feel are very good. You know what I mean? Because I think it's the tones used do give you that 80s vibe, right? So you do feel like it is set in the 80s. And then when they are, in the bookstore, the strip booths, right? We got the neon lights and everything like that. So you get that kind of aesthetics. It's dark, it's dank, right? Little seedy, so you feel that. And then in the tunnels, again, you get these flickering lights. It's dark, it's seedy, it's you know tunnely. So yeah, all of that, it does give you the sense that you're in these environments, which is always very good, right? Always very good. Story wise, you know, I think if this was a comic book series, you might have a bit more room for this friendship, arrangement, entanglement between, our two main characters, right? Between Angie and Sally, right? I think that would give it more time to really go through the course of what it would need to go through for them to end up in the place they end up, right? Because at the beginning, we have Angie coming into work and Sally protesting the signs, the virtual, you know what I mean? Just all the, you're gonna die, you're gonna burn in hell, just all of that. Which, if someone's shouting that at you and they've been shouting that at you for however many days, months, years, you know, I feel it's gonna take a bit of time before you go, you know what, we're best buddies now, right? Yeah, I think it takes more. So yeah, I think more time for that situation to breathe is for the betterment of the story. But they go through the stages, right? They try to give you these two differing mindsets and how they may come together. All right. I you can see where it's going from the giddy up, right? You understand, you always know, oh, there's going to be revelations. The righteous one isn't, it's going to turn out not to be fully right, right? Everything is pretty clear from the giddy, which, yeah, that is a thing that we find with a lot of films, right? um Acting wise, both, they do a solid job with these two characters. They give us these emotions and all of that. So that, yeah, for the most part, the acting works. It, I think one big thing is, like they're in these different situations. They're in these, fights, these problems. Find themselves in dank, dirty places, and their clothes. Although we get a little bit of splatter, right? We get a little bit of dirt, but it is one of those weird things where they, makeup's all pretty solid, you know, like clothes, not too bad, not really ripped up or anything, and you just think, yeah, if you're doing all of these things, you're gonna get dirtier, right? There's gonna be smudges on your face, like tears, and just all, things are gonna be running, and just you are gonna look a little bit of a mess, right? But for some reason, it's all very well placed splotches of blood, and no one ever really sweats, right? In these situations, it's an organized messiness, that we always find, which is something that, yeah, always does, seem to jump out at me. I mean, just looking and being like, yo, you're hiding in these dirty, dusty, cobweb-filled spaces, squeezing, right? Squeezing through gaps in walls, but nothing's ever ripped. Everything's not as dirty as it should. Like, huh? What? I mean, granted, I know it's more of a minor thing, but it does sometimes pull me out of shit, right? So yeah, there is that. Yeah, I again, this relationship. I don't say relationship, it's not a relationship, but this budding friendship between these two. We get the typical, arguments and things that you would find, and we always get in a film that has someone who's very religious and someone who's a perceived sinner, right? They go through those usual beats, which is like, it's all well and good, but sometimes you do wonder, is that really going to be said when everything is going so fucking crazy? You know, right? You have like Angie like going, oh, I need to find my man. Need to find my man. And yeah, again, when we learn what we learn, you just be like, I don't know if someone's using that term, right? I don't know if someone's saying that right now. If it was just, oh, I need to get back to David, that's, that would make more sense. But to be like, I need to get back to my man, I don't know. That bit odd. Bit odd, ain't gonna lie. I mean, I used to go to Sunday school back in the day, right? But I don't remember that shit. But the one thing that was, I'm like, wait, in the thing, she's like, Asmodeus is in the Jewish religion, right? And I'm just like, wait, but at the beginning, this was the, like, Christianity, and then we go to Judaism. I'm like, wait, what? Are we crossing our streams? Like, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Omi appears in both. I don't know. But yeah, that seemed a bit like, huh, who else is gonna turn up? You know what I mean? Like, Sheba or some, like, who the fuck? What other religions are we gonna throw up in this? Now, hey, watch all the way through. Well, it's more like the beginning of the credits, because there is a kind of reveal, right? Which, is interesting, but I feel it does then beg the question of, well, how do they get there? You know? I mean, huh? Because it does, like, because you can go, oh, it was just beneath, but then that doesn't really make any sense when the drop down is a certain, and that space seems a lot, you know what I mean? I don't know. Watch it and you tell me, people. But yeah, Revealer, it's solid. It's very solid. If you like this sort of film, that whole kind of, religion, what do you call someone that's not religious? Shit. I can't think of the fucking, I don't know, you say non-religious, but there's a word, isn't there? Right? Normal? No. Fuck. I can't think. Let's just say heathen. Right? But yeah. If you like, that where they're looking at these differences, the paradigms of it all, yeah, maybe this speaks to you, man. If you like Seeley and Michael's comics, then yeah, you might want to check it out, right? It's on Shudder, you know. which is just, look, there's a load of great things on Shudder. So maybe you want to do the week trial, have a little tasty taste, then go and look at some of these other great things, Psycho Gorman, Scare Package, all of that jazz. There's a lot to keep you there, people. Trust. So, yeah, you might want to give Revealer a peek, right? So it's out on Thursday on Shudder. Yeah, maybe you want to learn how to survive the apocalypse, all right? Revealer.